let's call it 34-27. Penn State.
Ooh. So Mikey's hammering the over.
Yeah. You got. I mean, listen, it's bowl prep. Like they've been going into it. It's gonna be a trick play here. Like some tight end's gonna score on like some double reverse pass. Like 100%. Is that your basement?
This is my basement, but I got the lights out.
It looks sick. It looks different
sick,
than last
man.
time I saw it.
You gotta pull up.
Yeah,
Sick,
I do.
Dude. I've been waiting for you to come here, so yeah.
So he renovated it himself.
Yeah, built the bar top, finished it off myself. This thing was a raw slab of pine, sanded
Sickles
it
didn't
down,
help?
stained it. No, just me.
I couldn't freaking put together like anything. So for you to be able to do that, nice.
I know.
For sure.
Quarterback sneak right side, touchdown, Penn State!
Who knew I would make it this far?
And stay faithful. We got the bowl game merch for you guys. Hoodies, tees, long sleeves, whatever you feel like wearing, we got it for the 2023 Peach Bowl. Check out the We Are Feeling Peachy gear in the link below. Have fun in Atlanta and looking forward to it. We are.
Welcome back, folks. It's finally here. It's game week. You're back in the pocket with myself and my guy B-Bell. B-Bell, what's up, dude? Christmas, bowl week, game week. Sorry, not bowl week, game week. I mean, hell, man, there's a lot going on. How was your holidays? Give me something here, dude.
Yeah, man, it was good. It was good. I'm not too big on the holidays per se myself, but getting together with the family is always good. You know that. Christmas is more for the kids for me, so nephews and everything like that. Seeing their smiles is always good. Getting some good food, although I did have to work on Christmas. NBA basketball is always on Christmas, so I was locked away. But Christmas Eve, I saw the fam and everything like that, and shot back up north. How about you? First Christmas with Baby Hayes, huh?
First Christmas with Baby Hayes, dude. It was awesome. Yeah, you are a self-admitted Grinch, but yeah, man, it's just good. It gets to be the hustle and bustle. You're seeing everybody, you're trying to do everything, and then when it's over, it's like, holy hell, that just happened. But my wife and I kind of kept Christmas morning sacred this year with just us and Hayes. So he's at that point now where he can like rip stuff apart. So we'll got a little present started for him, and he had more fun ripping up the wrapping paper than he did figuring out what he was getting out of it. But that was cool for sure, dude. So it was just that.
A little Hackenberg jersey. Maybe wait till he's like 3 or 4. Gets a little bigger, but little Hackenberg Penn State jersey.
I think that was probably the most bought baby gift or whatever. My wife puts all that stuff out there when people send stuff. It was like I can't tell you how many like 14 onesies that he has that are newborn size that I think he didn't even wear, but like maybe one of them. So maybe he'll just get old enough to rip the one off the wall back here and put it on. That'll be cool. But yeah, dude, that was great. And then we got some ball on, and then like I said, being able to actually feel like we've been talking about this Ole Miss game for a month, because we have, but it's like, it's finally here. So, and then Brenneman and the boys will be down. Unfortunately, family for me, I couldn't sneak down to it. But Brenneman and Mahdi will be holding it down there for us. So I know they're going to be pumping out a bunch of stuff. So people listening, make sure you're staying tuned in. State Media on X, formerly known as Twitter, Instagram, all that stuff. And they actually got a couple really potentially really awesome interviews lined up. So I don't want to tease it too much, but that's going to be good.
Looking forward to it. No, I'm not big on the noon kickoff. They could have bumped this back, but I know there's some big games, or for what they see are the bigger games Saturday. So
they've been giving us all noon kickoffs all year. I mean, we had the Ohio State noon. We had the Michigan game noon. They're not going to give us any prime time for the big ones, dude.
Yeah. Hey man, we put some more fireworks up there. They'll come.
Yeah, I guess.
Looking forward to. like you said, unfortunately, I would not be down in Atlanta either. Looks like a beautiful sight, though. Penn State posted a picture with the logo and the end zone and everything today, or a couple days ago, whenever this comes out. It looks beautiful. And I think, and I know I said it about Texas-Penn State matchup when that was still in the air. I hope we can get like a red versus blue jersey uniforms. I think that still would just look good. We'll see. I think we'd be away technically, right?
Yeah, I think so. No, we might be home.
We were. I forget who was ranked where.
I think we were ranked ahead of them. I think we're ranked 10.
Basic blues, can't go wrong with it. Can't go wrong with the basic blues.
Yeah, I think Ole Miss will probably bust out the baby blue helmets. So those things are sweet. Yeah. I'll give them credit for that.
Howdy Toddy. I think we might have touched on it earlier in the season of like some matchups or where we might have imagined playing in rivalry games and things of that nature. I think I might have said, or AB, I think Adam might have said the Iron Bowl. Well, actually, that's the wrong team. That's Auburn and family. But Ole Miss has good tradition as well, is my point. Got Hotty Toddy down there. I got to get to a game down there, for sure.
It's just ball down south, man. That's what it is. They don't have as many NFL teams.
Yeah. Pull a nice polo, button-up shirt. That always gets me. The attire for like the down south is so much different than
Dude, Virginia used to do that too because my dad played there, and then I grew up just outside of Charlottesville, so we had season tickets going the whole time. And like, I'm wearing hoodies and jeans, and like the whole student sections in sundresses and bow ties.
Right.
Like, how are you guys functioning even during the early season when it's like 95 degrees outside and damn bow ties and sundresses? Unbelievable.
Sweat pits. The polos and the button-ups. Not a good look.
Yeah, man. Nah. No, it never is. But so like we said, we've talked about this matchup ad nauseum. So we're gonna give you guys some predictions here at the end of this. But before all that, we're gonna bring on the star of the show here. We got a guy we both played with, still playing in the NFL right now, finishing up a hell of a season in New England. Mike Gesicki. So we're going to grab Mike here, get him in, chop it up for a little bit, reminisce, get his thoughts. As we've always said here at The Pocket, we want to be a platform for former players to talk about their experiences, their views of the program, and really give us a voice. So, Mike, like I said, dude, we're chopping it up here in The Pocket tonight. We appreciate you taking some time. How you been, bud?
Listen, man, all I got is time, all right? I'm happy to be here, I'm living life, man. Living life, doing good.
I know. What is it? What is it? Year 6 now? 7?
Year 6, man. Year 6. Just trying to turn into year 7.
Right.
Yeah. Those things will come.
No doubt.
I love it. For a little background here. This big dumb animal was one of my favorite roommates I've ever had. One of the favorite recruits I've ever hosted. Although he does live 30 minutes from me and has had an open invite to come and drink with me in my basement and has yet to do it for 3 off seasons.
I'm going to make sure. I understand this off season. I'm going to make sure of it.
Yeah, we understand these things and we'll forgive him.
You still in Manahawk in the off season?
Nah. So my parents are there. My family's there. Me and Hallie, we just built a house in Manasquan, so it's like half hour north of there. So, but I mean, it's all. I would say I'm still an hour away from Hack.
Yeah. I can dig it.
Mm-hmm.
Jersey guys, we don't go far. Jersey guys don't go too far, man.
No, absolutely not. I mean, I was in South Florida for 5 years, and I was like, yeah, I'm going back to Jersey.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, that's a good middle ground for you and Hallie, right?
Yeah, no, it's perfect. I mean, it's like literally right in between where both of us are from. It's like a half hour both ways. So
how far from was it LBI?
Yeah, so I mean, it's same thing, like maybe a little bit, 10 minutes more, but it's like half hour, 35, 40 minutes.
Yeah, you got to get over that bridge. That bridge is a bitch.
Yes, sir.
All right, Mike. So like I said, one of my favorite guys, I'm going to put you on the spot here. You got to give me your favorite off the field Penn State story while Brandon and I were there with you.
I mean, I'm going back in the Rolodex right now. I mean, there's definitely a lot of memories. So you're saying off the field?
Yeah.
All right, now I'm
then I'll give you the easy one on the field.
Well, I mean that now erases like 90% of the stories because like they have to be relatively appropriate. So that leaves me with 10% of the stories, which now are definitely going to include Deshaun, which honestly now that also erases some of them.
Speaking of, we got to get like the Patreon version and like make people subscribe even more or whatever, and get the whatever, get the 18 and older version.
100%. That's honestly that's a good idea, man. That's the businessman you're thinking. So I mean, you could literally just like pick any Saturday night in our college experience when we were all there. I mean, whether it was at the retreat, I know that you moved to the retreat, later after you were roommates with me. It was almost like you were sick of me and you wanted to get off campus and get away from me. So you went to the retreat.
You got to grow up sometimes, man.
Yeah, no, you absolutely do. You absolutely do. I probably overstayed my welcome in the apartments by about a year. But yeah, I mean, listen, anytime that the fellas got together, whether it was a Friday or Saturday night, sometimes during the week too. Don't tell Coach Franklin that when training was on. But yes, we all did enjoy ourselves. And I have too many memories to pick one.
I'll give you one. I don't know if I know you remember it, and I don't mean to bring up bad scars, and I'm not going to highlight this part of the story. It's more of the second part of the story. But as you said, we were living together for about a year and a half, and you were in a little bit of a slump, bud. I remember I was shooting all spring ball. I could throw a pea to you at 75 yards, and you'd catch it with your pinky.
That's right.
And then the lights came on. You're having some issues. Everyone gets
a little bit of the yips.
Yeah, it happens. It happens to the best of us. You overcame it, and you're better for it now. But I do vividly remember, and I don't know if you really remember this. At any point in time when I walked in the house, you'd be sitting on the couch. You'd be, in your room, wherever. I'd grab something and throw it at you. Just randomly, I'd throw fucking a Cool Whip can at you. I'd throw like a spatula at you or something, and you'd catch it, dude. But it was me just like trying to, help you get out of it.
I absolutely remember that.
Yeah, some wings over wings.
Yeah, I mean, whatever it was, and honestly, unfortunately, I didn't always catch the spatula or the wings over wings. It was just there was a mental block. There was a mental block there for about like a 3 or 4 month period, which unfortunately happened to be the football season.
What's up, everybody? If you are a college football fan like me, if you know a college football fan that's in your life, you need to go cop this shirt. New designs dropping all the time. It's the perfect gift with the holiday season coming around. If you don't have this thing, you're missing out. Great material, great fabric. I wear it all the time. Go get yours today.
Nah, man. Yeah. In all seriousness, that's a great testament to you. And I know you've spoken on it over the years, but a lot of players can take heed in that from, those words of really kind of putting your head down and relying on the work, which, I've seen you put in. You talk about Hammy and those receivers that we had. I've seen you guys after practice, before practice, jugs, tennis balls, everything you can to get that focus. And I always appreciate that from afar. I don't know if I ever told you that, but
yeah, no, I appreciate it. Me and Deshaun used to do a ton of stuff, and Chris Godwin would do some stuff and all that. And we would after do it, we're catching hundreds of tennis balls and catching lacrosse balls off the wall and footballs and stuff. And probably halfway through my junior year, we were like, do you think this is actually helping? Do you think this is why, or were we actually good at this the whole time? But now it's just it's just all confidence. That's really what it comes down to. And during that time, there was a time where the ball was coming my way, and the only thing that went through my mind was don't drop it. Now the ball comes my way, and I'm just all right, is this gonna be 6 or is this gonna be a first down? It's not even a thought. And unfortunately, sometimes you got to go through some shit, and that's just that's just the name of the business.
Yeah, that's how you come out of that shit, for sure.
Yeah, no doubt.
I got another. Go ahead.
Well, I was going to say, so let's shift this over now. We talked a little bit about that. Give me some of your better on the field Penn State memories.
Yeah. I would say one that really sticks out to me, like one that probably isn't like as like noticeable to everybody else. Like one that really resonates with me would be we played Michigan State at home my junior year, and that was like the game we had to win to get to the Big Ten championship game. So like I feel like, you know, if a lot of people were talking about it, like their memories would be the Big Ten championship game, you know, winning the Fiesta Bowl senior year, like beating Ohio State, like stuff like that. But for me, mine was when we beat Michigan State. It was like a close game, the third quarter, and I caught like a 45-yard touchdown, and like I just remember like in that moment, like in my mind, it was like that, like we did it, like we're going to the Big Ten championship game, like you felt the energy in the stadium, like that was like the moment where it was like, damn, like
right.
I came here, you know, I came to Penn State when it wasn't really that cool to go to Penn State, you know, like I had, you know, guys like Hack and, you know, UB Bell and like talking to me like, yeah, you know, I'm telling like we're going to turn this thing around. Like we're going to get it going the way it's going. Like, and like when you're in high school and, you know, you got college coaches telling you all the greatest things in the world and all that kind of stuff. Like, do I really want to go to a school that can't go to a bowl game, can't do all this? And like to see like that transformation 3 years later in your home stadium, that was like a really cool one for me. That's one that I always like fall back on and think of, just because I mean it was like at that moment it was like, damn, like this was really all worth it. And obviously like the Big Ten championship, you know, playing in the Rose Bowl, winning the Fiesta Bowl, beating Ohio State, like all those things are really cool. But like that was like kind of like the little like sneaky one that always sticks for me.
Yeah, I agree 100%. I've been on record saying that as I was a senior to that junior year of yours. That was a game we capped off, you know, undefeated at home, which was big time. And as you said, I think that play you're talking about, I think that kind of broke the spirit of Michigan State in that game. Mm-hmm. And then all of a sudden it was bombs away. I think Godwin, Saeed, Saeed. It was, that was definitely a special feeling, and that I hope the teams in the future can experience as well. You know, undefeated at home, and just kind of going out on a bang, as you said.
No doubt.
No doubt. Got another question for you. Before we actually, this kind of segue into kind of getting into the squad this year. Can you give us your top Penn State tight ends, or your favorite? You don't have to rank them, but in history.
Well, I think
you can't include yourself.
I can or I can't.
Can't.
Okay.
It's Mike's first.
I think it would only be right to start with Kyle Brady. I think he's kind of, you know, the history of the position at Penn State. I think he was drafted like top 10 overall or something like that. Had a great career in the league. He was in Jacksonville for a while. Had a ton of success in playing the position. And then moving forward, like a guy for me, like was, I remember I was a junior in high school, maybe sophomore in high school, and like Kyle Carter was like the next like thing with like Coach O'Brien when, you know, he had like the offense rolling his first year, like that whole new, you know, 2 tight end set that he was, you know, bringing from New England, all that kind of stuff. Like I remember seeing Kyle Carter and me being like, damn, like I want to be like that guy. Like he's going out there catching, you know, these passes, running these routes that receivers run. And then obviously, you know, Jesse James had, you know, was just, I feel like always just like super reliable, could do anything you asked him to do in terms of pass game, run game. And then went on to, you know, have a great career in Pittsburgh and Detroit. And, you know, did a lot of really exciting things in the NFL. I feel like Brenneman would like bitch at me if I didn't like throw his name in there. You know, like I know he played like 12 games at Penn State, and now like he just like, you know, is Mr. Penn State. So yes, Brenneman's gonna make the list. Yes, of course, AB, I love you. Like you're part of the reason I went to Penn State. So yes, AB's on the list for sure. He'll tell you that he was freshman All-American. You hear it on his videos, all that kind of stuff. And then after my time there, I would say Pat Freiermuth came in and had a hell of a career at Penn State. Like from his first year, which to me is so impressive because like I played my freshman year at Penn State and I didn't belong on the field until my junior year. You know what I'm saying? Like I just like for a year, 2 years, like I was still figuring it out. And like it was almost like, okay, like I see the route on the paper, like I'm gonna run over there, jump up, catch the ball. Like, that's not how it works. And like he came in just like super fluid, super physical, and really productive. Yeah, absolutely. And then this past year with those two tight ends, with Theo and Tyler, they're super productive as well, and kind of like our counterparts. They feed off each other, and they both do things really well.
Well, you just ran all that off. Like when you think about it, it kind of started with Kyle and Jesse and them, but we've had a hell of a run of tight ends.
Yeah.
And I don't even want to repeat it. Like those guys have all done great things. They were really good players. You all were different too. You guys had unique things that you did really well. And I want to talk about two things. I want to talk about current. Tyler Warren obviously announced he's coming back to break all of Mike Gesicki's records. I think that was in his thing when he said he's coming back.
I think I saw that. P.S. I'm coming for all Mike's records. I'm probably going to be here by the end of the season anyways. Yeah.
P.S. It's okay, bud. Records are meant to be broken. I've been there and done that too. But let's talk a little bit about him because I really do think that when you watch his tape and specifically in the run game and stuff like that, like he does everything really, really well. And I think he's super physical, not only in run game and all that stuff, but also when he's running routes, things like that. I think it's a big separator for him. He's not as maybe fast top end or quick short areas like you or some of those other guys you mentioned, but he's extremely physical and he knows what he does. He does it really well, especially in the red zone, pays big dividends. So let's talk a little bit about him first. And then we had a mailbag question come in, one of our lone mailbags, because Brandon and I were super late getting it in today.
Okay.
It's supposed to be mailbag Monday and it's Wednesday, but we had our guy, Grant Gresha. Yeah, it's okay. But we had our guy, Grant Gresha, shoot you a note about Luke Reynolds, who's coming in, who's this, 5-star whole world tight end.
Okay.
A lot of comparisons to you, though, in terms of how he plays the game, more of an athletic body that can really create some mismatches. So maybe give him, some words of advice as he comes in. So let's attack the Tyler Warren thing and then go to this Luke Reynolds kid.
So in terms of Tyler, so I would be lying if I said like I watch all the games and I keep up with all, but I know, like I watch the big ones, and I'm sitting there at dinner on Saturday night with all my teammates and stuff, and I'm talking shit to everybody about Penn State's going to beat all that kind of stuff. So like I've watched a couple games this year. I was at the Rutgers game this year. Ended up meeting Tyler after the game, talked to him, whatever. But I would say for him, like you said, like he knows what he's really good at, and he does it really well. And it's a lot of things. It's not just like, oh, he's just good at blocking. He's just like he's good at a lot of things. Yeah. I was honestly shocked that he came back because of the year that he had, and honestly the career that he's had there, and how what he does translates to the NFL. He's really good at just catching the football. And I know that like that sounds like so basic, but like whether it's a contested catch, whether it's, going over the middle of the field and, the ball sneaks through the backers and it's almost like a distraction drill, like keeping your eyes on it, making sure that you're making those tough catches and then run after the catch. That's something that I'm honestly envious of. It's just I wish I could I get the ball in my hands and I'm just like, all right, run as fast as you can that way. And rather than try to set up a defender or run somebody over or, make somebody miss, I just grab it and go. And
jump and get off.
Yeah, exactly. Or jump and make an absolute clown out of myself. Yeah. So he's really good at that. And then in terms of the run game, he's obviously, he's as much of a mauler in the run game as a tight end's going to be. He's physical, and whether it's a D end, whether it's a linebacker, and unfortunately for a DB, like if it's a DB, you know, like if he gets his hands on you, you're gonna feel it. And another thing I'm envious of. So like he's like honestly in both phases of being a tight end, like he does both of them really well. And I honestly missed one of them. I think he does a good job of just finding space. Like I've seen, some of the touchdowns that he's caught. You know, maybe on the piece of paper, you know, you drew it up like, oh, I'm going to run this flag to the back pylon. But all right, well, somebody's sitting back there, like corner dropped. Like I might stop right here and just catch the ball right. You know, just being friendly to the quarterback and having that those instincts. So, like I said, I was honestly shocked that he came back and a little pissed about my records now. I was shocked that he came back because I thought for sure like it was just going to translate to the NFL. But that was something that I thought about too when I was after my junior year. I was like, oh, like I could leave, and like you get like the grades back, and like who knows like what those actually mean. But like, oh, like, you could be a 4th round pick, and it's just like, damn, like I could go play in the NFL. And then it's like I remember thinking to myself like, could I elevate my draft stock? Like that's probably what he's thinking. Yes, because like he already has great tape, but now after I think Theo said he's leaving, right? Like
Theo's leaving.
So now you share the room with Theo for your whole career, and now not to say that you know there's not somebody younger that's going to step up and fill the shoes or something like that, but like he's going to be like the guy. Like so, probably get more targets, definitely get more time, more opportunity, go put more good stuff on tape, and you know he's going to elevate his draft stock even more. So that probably played a huge role. I'm obviously speaking for him, but that probably played a huge role in what he was thinking and why he came back. And if he was like me, he probably came back because he loves college and loves going out and partying and enjoying all the good stuff that has to do with college. So like
he's a Virginia boy, so I would expect to probably enjoy some of that
moonshine or something.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm excited to watch him come back for Penn State. I think that's going to help out the quarterback situation a lot. I think it's going to help out the new coordinator situation a lot. I think it's going to help out that whole entire offense and team. Like I'm from just talking to him, I'm sure he's a great leader and a good locker room guy to be around.
Yeah, Ty mentioned that too. One of the bigger things is him coming back. Obviously great player, but in the locker room, it's going to pay dividends.
Mm-hmm.
Shoot.
Now,
well, before you go ahead, what do you say?
Okay. Yeah, the recruit. I was gonna get to my guy Luke. Dude, we gotta give the young kids some love here. Give me what are you gonna
before we get to Luke, I want to ask you.
Okay.
Before we get words of encouragement for Luke coming in at Penn State.
Listen, we can't confuse Mike too much.
Yeah.
Coming out of his ears.
Young kid Luke. Before we do that, any words of encouragement for Theo coming in that's going into the NFL and Tyler next year just making that transition?
Yeah. I mean, to speak on both of those things, like I would say for Theo going into the NFL, like he's playing in the bowl game and all that kind of stuff.
No,
he's not playing the bowl. So he's already training. He's doing his thing. Okay, so maybe that's also a little preview for the tight end room with like I said with Tyler just like being the guy. But for Theo, like I would say like training for the combine, all that kind of stuff, like that goes without saying. Like there's not really a ton of advice outside of like just listen to whatever everybody, the coaching wise is telling you what to do and get better and faster and stronger and all that kind of stuff. Be you in the interviews because at the end of the day, like that's what they're going to get. And then once you get in, like I know it sounds cliche, but like doesn't matter where you go, when you go, like that's when you make your name, and that's when you start to let the organization know what kind of guy you are, what kind of player you are. So it's the NFL. So I mean, yes, it's different than college football, but at the same time, man, football is football. Like you just got to be yourself and go out there and trust yourself and believe in yourself. And like it's not always going to be easy. And it's not, like maybe you don't come in your rookie year and make plays right away and things like that. Like I didn't really make a ton of plays my rookie year. But like you just gotta just stay ready and stay focused and be ready because you don't know when your number gets called. Like I was watching the Jacksonville game a couple weeks ago, and the receiver for Penn State, Parker Washington, like. I don't think he had a catch.
Yeah, that was his first
crazy like all year. And now it's Monday Night Football, and Christian Kirk goes down and, hey, Parker Washington, you're up. Like, that's how the league works. And you don't know when your time's going to come. But when it does, like, make sure you're ready because you don't know how many opportunities you get in this league. But once you make a couple plays, man, like coaches and the players around you, like they rally behind you and, all right, let's give that guy more opportunity. And you keep making the most of it. That's how it happens. And then in terms of Tyler coming back, like, this is the biggest investment you made in yourself. Like you're coming back to school to, up your draft stock, to help, the university win, big football games, and to kind of, write your name in the history books at Penn State football, both individually and collectively as a team. So I would invest everything in anything. And I would also, soak it all up. Like, I would enjoy every second of college, every second of football, every second of class, like anything, man. Like it's all so much that, you just kind of like, you don't take it for granted because like you do enjoy it and you do have so much fun and like you do know how lucky you are, but like, man, like you just look back and you're like, damn, it goes by quick. And there's so much cool stuff and great things that do go on in those years. And he's not getting an extra one because, I mean, he had it to take, but he has a little bit more time on his hands now. So enjoy it.
Yeah. To take my journalistic integrity,
okay.
Yeah.
All right. So gosh, what are I forget now. I'm blanking, and this isn't going to be good for like Penn State recruiting. What do the tight ends call themselves?
Cut all this shit up.
The Aces. Yeah, there you go. That's big. Yeah, I forgot what it was. Yeah, the Aces. The Aces are back for another game. So that's huge.
Big time. And then go ahead, Eric.
Yeah, all right. Now let's get to the young kid coming in. What do you, words of advice? Just something quick. Let's get some words of advice for him because obviously, a lot of the things that you touched on about taking your opportunity, all that stuff, like that's let's just say that was already said. Give him some words of advice outside of it, just coming into it at that position.
5-star.
Yeah. I would say the biggest thing is like when I got to Penn State, I'm like, oh man, like I'm gonna go in and play right away. Like you don't gotta rush it. Like, and I know that everybody gets there and you want to play right away and you want to make an impact from day one. And like you want, like, I remember when I got there, I was like, damn, like I'm walking around campus with Hack. Everybody's looking at Hack. Nobody knows me. Like that was like, as like stupid as that sounds, like these are things going through my mind. It's just like, I want to like go out there and catch touchdowns. I want to be that. Like everybody's journey is so different. And like, you don't know, goes back to what I was just saying. Like you don't know when your opportunity is going to present itself, whether it's your freshman year, whether it's your sophomore year, junior year. Like you have 4 years of football at Penn State to, make the most of your opportunities. And whether it's all four or whether it all comes your junior year or whenever, like, I don't think you have to rush the process. So like if it works out year one and you're freaking freshman All-American and you're balling, like awesome. Like that's great. But like, if that's not how it works out, and for a lot of people, that's not how it works out unless you're Adam Brenneman, and then in that case you can talk to him and he can give you some advice. But then you just gotta be able to, learn from a guy like Tyler Warren. Like how cool is that? Like a guy that's coming back that could have went to the NFL that is coming back, and you can learn from him, and you can learn from, your position coach, Ty Howe, who's been around talented, players and guys that have had success in the league. Like, so I would say number one is don't rush it because you got plenty of time to go out there and make plays. And number two, man, just have fun and like enjoy it. And I know that sounds cliche, but like it's true because you're going to the best university in the world and you're going to be around, guys that you're going to call best friends for the rest of your life. So enjoy every second of it, learn, and be ready when your number's called.
100%.
That's good stuff, man.
Yeah.
All right, a couple more things here. B, do you get? I don't want to jump on your toes. I got one to transition here. I think it's going to be good. So I know you said you haven't watched a lot of it, but one thing that Brandon and I have done with every single person that has come on the podcast who's been a former player is give them the floor, kind of give their state of the program. Obviously, again, you've been busy and preoccupied, and I totally get that side of it. But you kind of touched on some cool things, talking about the Michigan State game and like where this program was really 10 years ago, and to where it is now. in that short amount of time, it's pretty, we've talked about it ad nauseum, but it's pretty spectacular and pretty unbelievable. So like state of the program, what you've seen this year, some things that you're looking forward to in the next evolutions. And then ultimately like, what do we need to do to take that next step, up the ring or up the rungs of that ladder for lack of a better term to being a national title contending program year in, year out.
Yeah, no doubt. I like you said, I haven't like watched a ton, so I can't speak on all the X's and O's and all that kind of stuff, but I feel like definitely,
it's going to be a clean slate anyway. We got a new DC and a new OC. So.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, perfect. Yeah. I would say, the thing that Penn State has done, really well, I would say honestly since when O'Brien was there, getting, guys like you and guys like UB Bell and, guys like, the guys that I played with. And then when James got there, and like they recruit really well. And whether it's, the coaches that, put in all the time and effort to get the talent there, or whether it's the university that speaks for itself and the history and all that kind of stuff, to mixture the two for sure. I don't think it's a talent thing. And I think that the coaching staff is, second to none. Like I would go to bat for, Coach Franklin any day of the week. I think he does a good job of putting successful coaches around him. And I think he elevates them and they elevate him at the same time. Like, I think he does a really good job. Like when I was there, like when he hired Joe Moorhead and, and had a, really good defensive staff with Brent Pry, like, and now you look around and like those are head coaches in college football now. Like, so if you're playing there under Coach Franklin, like, that you're going to have, elite level coaching on both sides of the ball and both coordinators. And he does a great job, setting up his staff for success. And then it's like I said, like it's not a talent thing and it's not really going to be a coaching thing in terms of, their abilities or, X's and O's and getting guys in a position to be successful. I think Penn State's right there, like obviously, it's only been one Big Ten championship win and it's only, been one win against Ohio State and I don't know how many against Michigan, whatever. Like I know that the numbers there aren't what the fans want, but like you got to appreciate what Penn State's done for the last decade with the circumstances that Penn State was faced with when you guys were, committing there your senior years of high school to where it is right now. Like it's honestly remarkable. But it's also super cool that like that's the standard that Penn State holds itself to, that, hey man, we're 10-2, we're playing a New Year's Six bowl and our fans are, mad about it. Like, so it's crazy because like a lot of schools would take that in a heartbeat, but to Penn State, it's not good enough. And like I said, like the couple of games that I do watch, it's the really big ones. It's playing Ohio State, it's playing Michigan, it's those big games. It's whatever the whiteout game is. Like I'm watching that and bragging to everybody about how it's the greatest atmosphere in the world and all that kind of stuff. Like, and those games were close. Like I watched the Ohio State game and there was like a defensive touchdown that got called back that probably changed the projection of that game. And then the Michigan game, got the ball with 2 minutes to go and I believe had a chance to go down there and tie it up. Like, so it's not far off. It's just maybe just the execution of some things. Like I said, it's not talent. It's not anything outside of that. So like there's no special sauce to making it work. Mm-hmm. It's really just guys in those big games, like Hack, like your freshman year, like sitting there with the ball in your hand, like, all right, like, hey Rob, like go get this thing because, like
that's being dudes.
Exactly. Like that, like that's what it takes. Like, it's like, hey, like, I get it. Not everybody's Saquon Barkley, but like, hey, Saquon, here's the ball. Like, go to the end zone. Like that. Like that's just what it comes down to. And like it just comes down to guys making plays. And like I could list off, so many of them. Like Chris Godwin going up and making a touchdown against catching a jump ball on a fade against Ohio State at home in 2016. Like exactly, Saeed. Like whether it's your number one guy or whether it's your second or third guys going out there making plays, like it takes everybody in those games. And because the margin of error when you're playing in a team that is just as good, as you, like, it's slim. So it's those games where, like we say it in New England all the time, like you got to be at your best when your best is required. Like that's like that is it. Like in those games, your best is required. And like, so there's no like, oh, my bad, or damn, I thought I saw that, but it was this. Like you got to minimize those.
Right. 100%.
Yeah.
When you say that, it brings me to what you were saying about kind of how guys operated. What do you like, Hammy and Godwin and all the things you guys did off the field?
Yeah.
Kind of like, is this really working? But I think those little things attribute to the execution in those big time moments. Like you guys are on the couch, like you said, Hack is throwing you a chicken wing, like catch the fucking chicken wing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
But those little things keep you locked in to where it's always about the big moment, whether you realize it or not. Like game day comes and like Franklin preaches, practice is hard, so the game comes easy. When you're in that mindset of just like being that guy, I got to be that guy, I got to be that guy. I think it comes, and then we had a ton of those guys that want to be that guy in that moment. So that's it makes sense what you say. That's where that comes from.
Yeah. I mean, in those big moments, like I've heard so many like cliche like quotes over the course of like my career, but like, so like I got like I said, like a Rolodex, and like, oh, like, okay, here, but like in those moments, like you fall back on your preparation. So like, it's not like it's not just, doesn't just happen because it happened because like you did catch, 200 jugs every day after practice. So like that one time when like I was joking around with people like, oh, how do you catch that ball with one hand? And I was, I just stick my hand up, close my eyes and hope it sticks. Like I just say that to like make a joke about it, but like you practice it over and over and over again, that like, so that one time when it happens, like you're ready. So, and that's when you fall back on your preparation, and that's when everybody sees it, and you do it over and over and over again. Like how many one-handed catches you have in a season? Probably one, but like, maybe it's the play that you get a first down or you score a touchdown, or it's a drive starter, an explosive play that can kind of spark plug something.
Sure. Love it. Mikey G, appreciate it, dude. Good luck up in Buffalo finishing out the season. I know it's been a tough one. And then I still have that drink poured down here for you when you get home. So
yeah. Just throw in an ice cube, keep it chilled for me, and I'll be there. I'll be there soon, man. Can't wait.
I'll keep it going.
Can we get a score prediction for this weekend?
Oh
yes.
Got him.
The over-under is 48.
I mean, I'm absolutely stumped. I'm just like thinking about like Coach Belichick right now. Like, are you kidding me? Yeah. Like you gave Brandon Bell and Christian Hackenberg, motivation for the Buffalo Bills, and so I'm actually gonna decline.
No. Give us a score prediction for the Penn State game, Mike. I'm not going to talk about it.
Oh, yeah.
Why would I do that? Why would I do that?
He just said good luck. He just said good luck. So. Like, my mind was on the Bills, man. I'm locked in on the Bills. I'm focused on Buffalo.
I know. Coach would love that.
Yeah, he would. Yeah, absolutely. All right, score prediction. Let's see here. I think
we're giving them 4.5, and the over/under is 48.5-ish, somewhere in there, or depending on where you look.
I appreciate you giving me the Vegas lines there. That definitely helps.
Yeah.
One, I love that Vegas favored the good guys. It's shocking. Like, they literally always know. Like, they always know. Like, watch, it's going to be a 3-point game with like 3 minutes to go. I'm sure Lane Kiffin's head coach, right?
Yep.
Yeah, I'm sure Lane Kiffin's going to have that offense rolling. Like, I feel like he's always got some scheme going. Let's call it 34-27.
Ooh. So Mikey's hammering the over.
Yeah. You got. I mean, listen, it's bowl prep. Like they've been going into it. It's gonna be a trick play here. Like some tight end's gonna score on like some like double reverse pass. Like 100%.
I like that.
Yeah. I'm definitely going with the over. 34-27, Penn State, and the boys are going to be partying when they get back to State College after winter break.
Heard it here first, folks. Heard it here first.
Yes, sir.
All right, Mike. We appreciate it, dude.
Your basement?
Bang. What?
Is that your basement?
This is my basement, but I got the lights out.
It looks sick. It looks different
sick,
than last
man.
time I saw it.
You got to pull up.
Yeah,
sick,
dude.
I've been waiting for you to come here, so yeah.
But it didn't look like that the last time I was at your house. I mean, granted, it was like 2 years ago, 3 years ago, but
yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, it is what it is.
Pat told me he renovated it himself. Elbow grease and knuckles. What was that over COVID?
Everything. Yeah, built the bar top, finished it off myself. This thing was a raw slab of pine. Sanded
Sickles
it down,
didn't help?
stained it. No, just me.
Isn't that what he does, though? Like, doesn't he, like, build a bunch of crazy shit?
He's probably the builder. Yeah, he's probably the builder.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Just a man in his hammer.
That's it, man.
That's it.
I couldn't freaking put together, like, anything. So, for you to be able to do that, nice.
I know.
For sure.
We'll have time. We can work on it. So,
all right, cool.
Good luck this weekend.
Yes, sir, bro. Be safe.
That was our guy, Mike Gesicki. Hope you guys enjoyed that conversation as much as we did. It's always fun when Mike starts opening his mouth. You never know what's going to come out.
Said he wanted to do 10, 15. We got, 30 out of them? I'm not mad.
We got 30 out of them. I knew we would. So, late to the mailbag, as we said. Not a ton of participation. That's on us. We own that. We apologize to anybody listening to this. But we also talked about how we've hammered this Ole Miss game. We said it last week. We've hammered this Ole Miss game. To be quite frank with you guys, I really don't have anything for you. It's all out there. It's all on the interweb. It's in these podcasts. We've talked about it. So I think Brandon and I are at the point now where we just have to give our predictions, maybe hammer home the key matchups that we've talked about over and over again, just to make sure that you've heard it for the 6th or 7th or 8th time. It might, stick and you'll be like, oh yeah, that's probably something I should be watching for. So without further ado, B, what do you got? 2 or 3 keys to victory, final score prediction.
Yeah. I'm going to harper back on our guest. What he kind of mentioned is the tight end room, which we've said all year. That's, one of the strongest groups on the offense. Although I did see Harrison Wallace, was back at practice looking to play in this game. Some help back at receiver that everyone was looking forward to. So looking forward to seeing him get back out there, make some plays, win some one-on-ones. But I think it's those 2 guys we talked about. It's Psycho T and Theo. Looking forward to watch those matchups against linebackers, safeties. I think the young QB has a lot of confidence in those guys. So that's what I'm looking for. And obviously, we want to see the 2 backs in the back have success, which starts up front and, establishing dominance on the offensive line. So those are the things I'm looking forward to. Defense, I think we know what we're going to get. You guys are going to fly around, although Manny is now gone, but I don't see that changing at all. And to go to a score prediction, Mike dang near stole mine, but I'm not giving us – I wanted to give Ole Miss 27, but I'll knock it down. I'll go 24-31 for the guys in blue. Navy blue.
24-31 guys in navy blue. Good. That's a good point there to make sure. I love it. For me, as I've said, I think it's physicality at the line of scrimmage. We talked about Mississippi State's or Ole Miss's inability to really be a force stopping the run. Obviously, our strong suit and kind of the genesis of everything we've been doing offensively has been our run game and Katron and Nick. So got to get those guys going early and often. It's only going to help Drew and open things up for him. And same thing on the defensive side. Just force Ole Miss to be one-dimensional. Make Jackson Dart beat you. I think he's a really good player. I think he's dynamic. He's kind of a wild card, but I think it's your best chance to ensure that your offense has ample opportunities to put points on the board, and Jackson can put it into jeopardy, and you can give the offense some short fields. So make them one-dimensional, and make Kiffin really dive deep into his bag of tricks for something to get some sparks going offensively. With that, I think it's going to be a little bit tighter I think it's going to be like a 28-31, 28-24 type of game. And that's kind of where I'm at. I'm living it. I don't think anyone's going to score, 42, 50 points. If they do, great. But I really do think it's going to be, 31-28 Penn State,
right?
28-24 Penn State. And that's my prediction.
I can do it. So I can do it. You heard it here, guys. On the official last podcast of the Penn State season, although remind you guys that we're keeping this thing rolling. We're not stopping just because the season is. So once again, we're back. Back Mondays on actual Monday or Sunday. So hopefully you guys keep chiming in. We're gonna look to bring a ton of guests on here. Former Letterman outside of Penn State. So give us some suggestions. Who would you like to see us, wrap it up, chop it up with? Shoot, Mike mentioned Kyle Brady. I think that's a great one that we I'm gonna reach out to. I met him in the summer. Mammoth of a human being. Like one of those dudes, you shake his hand, dog. It's like 3 baseball mitts.
Big dog.
Big dog. So that's one that's on my mind. And I know we look to kind of venture back a little bit to the Penn State lineage. Obviously, we got our guys a little bit younger that we played with. So here to mix it up. So keep coming with the suggestions and questions.
Yep, we're going to chop it up for sure. We will be back with a post-game recap next week for sure. Definitely hammering the results of this game from this weekend. So make sure you guys are tuned in for that. And as always, make sure you're following us, liking, subscribe on YouTube. Follow State Media on X. Follow us on Instagram, both Brandon and my personal account, as well as Mercury, the mothership account. And check out the merch. It's going to keep coming. We got some good ideas coming out. Obviously, the We're Feeling Peachy line did really well. We appreciate that. So from all of us here at Mercury and from Brandon and I here at the Pocket, we appreciate it. It's been a hell of a year. Looking forward to kicking off 2024, feeling great after a Penn State win and heading into the offseason with some strong content pumping out of the Pocket and State Media. So we appreciate it. Enjoy your weekend. May your beers be cold, and may the Penn State scoreboard be lit up.
Hey, Peachy.